Great morning, Invited Health family. How you guys doing on this Friday afternoon at 11 o'clock a.m. here in Atlanta, Georgia? I am Anthon Clemons, excited to be here, your guest speaker for the day. And guys, I'm always fired up about what we're doing here with Vital Health. This has just been an incredible journey over the last 4 to 5 months that I've been here. I tell you guys, it's just been amazing to be a part of something that the impact that we're making and the people that we're actually just helping around the world has just been truly, so rewarding. So I want to thank you guys for dialing in today to get a chance to hear a few things that I believe that maybe, just maybe, can maybe inspire you, maybe can actually add some value to what you're already doing with your business. And so thank you guys for dialing in on the Friday. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's been a beautiful week all week. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are as well too, guys. And so, this is what we do Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We actually get on here and just really share different things that we believe that maybe can make a difference in people's lives and how it can really add some impact to their business, or also what they may believe in can really go to the next level. And so I thought about it, over the last couple of days. What am I going to share with you guys today? What am I really going to talk about today? And, the big thing that we've been talking about so much has really been what? Anaheim, California. The big event, the event that's coming up, guys. Guys, if you are not fired up about going to Anaheim, and if you haven't figured out how you're going to get there, I would suggest today, figure that out. And the reason why is because in my career, events have done so much for me in the belief and everything that I understand in regards to with how to position yourself for success, right? And so I'm going to walk you through it. And I want to talk about the power of events today. Why? Because, that's where we are right now. I'm paying a little homage today. Y'all see, I got the hat on. We lost a great artist that I love music. I'm a big music guy. I listen to everything from R&B to rock to pop, jazz, you name it, gospel. I love music. Music is there's things that I've learned just by listening to music that can become a soundtrack of my own life. And so what we're doing here with Vital Health, I look at music and what we're doing as a comparison on how it can really impact. And when you're talking about going to an event, I take all that with me along the way of the journey in itself. And so I want to just go back and just share some things on my experience on different events that I've been a part of in my career, because I believe when you get a chance to share something, and maybe for the new people that are here, and this is your first time either being in the industry or being a part of a company that's moving like a locomotive with no brakes, you get a chance to understand why events are so important. They are everything, and I mean everything. And so I'm paying homage to D'Angelo, who always had the hat on, incredible artist who we lost recently. And so therefore, all weekend long, I'll be playing his music. And so guys, let's just take a walk down a journey of what we've seen in our career. I've been in this industry now for almost 20 years now, right? I got started in 2005, 6, right on the cusp of that. And I started thinking about my first event, right? My first event in itself after getting started in health and wellness, right? So I'm back in health and wellness, guys, and it's great to be back. And the thing was that I knew nothing, right? A lot of times when we get started, we don't know anything, and we get a chance to maybe be in contact with some people, and we see something that can make a difference. And I saw some things here in Atlanta from some people that were extremely successful. And I mean, extremely. They were professionals. They were full-time in the industry. And I didn't understand the industry at all. I'm a former IT guy. I still do some of that stuff. But I've been an entrepreneur in this industry, and even before that, for over 20 years now. And so what really moved me in my first 60 days was an event that was happening in Atlanta. And they told me when I got started, hey, we got a big event that's going to be here in Atlanta. The leader of the organization was a big time guy. He was someone that when I met him, I looked up to him and all the information that he gave not only the organization, but also the people. And he was really well respected. And so guys, that event up until the 60 days, I decided to do everything they told me to do. And they said, because we got to prepare for the event. And so every single weekend, because I was working at the time, I was on the road. I was on the road just with a leader going to inspire people to take a look at what we were doing, right? So the first thing I did was I got my mind right. I got my mind right because I was like, I got to get on the road and go and inspire people. Now, at that point, I wasn't doing presentations. I wasn't quite there yet, but I had enough energy and excitement to call people and say, hey, look, I'm coming to your city. I want to sit down with you and a group of people and get a chance to share with you what I found that I believe is the next big thing that I've ever seen in my life. So my passion and the energy of me calling people, going to these cities, and I wasn't going alone. I was taking a leader with me to do the presentation because I didn't know how to present yet, right? And this is my first 60 days, right? And so we started going to different places here in the Southeast region and just inspiring people to really get involved. And that happened pretty quickly in my first 60 days. Every single weekend, I was on the road just with people giving me nuggets on how to really just inspire, educate, inform, give them information that could really get them excited. And so we did I think, a pretty good job of that, right? So, because I'm counting down to 60 days, I was going so aggressively, ladies and gentlemen, that, and the relationship that I had at that time, the young lady was not really feeling what I was doing here in network marketing. She didn't quite understand it. And I got that. I didn't try to push it on or anything like that. But I remember coming back after being on the road for a month and sitting down and having a conversation and realizing that something was off. The energy was off in the relationship. It was because I was believing in something that maybe she just didn't quite understand. And so that day she broke up with me. And she broke up with me because she said, Anthon, I'm not interested in what you're doing. I'm happy for you, but you need to find somebody else to support you. You know what I said? Because of my leaders that I was connected with, I was prepared for that. And I said, okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for telling me. And I'd taken her to lunch and had some flowers, the whole nine. But mentally, I was already prepared because my coach told me, he said, Anthon, you know, being that you are in this industry now, you may run into something or someone that may not understand what we do. So you'll probably end up connecting with people that has the mindset that you're developing, right? So on the journey of actually getting prepared for an event, I was ready mentally that if something like this happened, that I had to deal with it. And I didn't even flinch. I looked at her at the table and I said, okay, thank you for telling me. Are you ready to go? And when we left, I never saw her again. I went back to doing what I was doing. It was just that simple because mentally I had really gotten personal development, right? I started reading and listening to things that they were really educating me to do. And so when I look back on my journey, it was the things that I decided to plug into that got me ready for the event. I started listening to things like Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and Tony Robbins and Les Brown. I mean, all these people I'd never heard of personal development. I went to college. Nobody talked about personal development. I just didn't know anything about it, but I became enriched with it. I remember the first thing they said, Anthon, go get my first year in network marketing. And I went and got that book. I didn't ask any questions. And then I looked at The Secret. Anybody remember The Secret, right? I'm going way back, right? The Secret blew me away. Isn't that right, Sabrina? I see you nodding your head, right? That did something for me where I was like, where's this been? I got so enamored with it, with The Secret. I went and got some copies made of DVDs and started giving them to my team. I'll never forget this stuff. It's crazy, right? So I was really getting mentally ready for it. So mentally, the personal development had me on track where that I didn't even flinch in that relationship. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this because sometimes, oftentimes I'm very transparent. Sometimes when you're believing so hard, you can be sleeping with the enemy. Whew. The thing is that the mindset that shifts when you believe in something that can change your life, that person that you love or may care about may not be quite there with you. And so I realized that, and I just kept it moving, right? We just kept going. And so as the weeks continued to go, every single weekend I was traveling. I was on the phone. Again, I still didn't know how to present the information, but I knew enough how to inspire people to really believe in what we were doing. I said, you got to come to Atlanta. You got to come to Atlanta, right? We've got this event coming up in actually 60 days, right? I kept promoting it. And so what happened was when the event took place here in Atlanta, it was a local meeting, but it was our leader who put that meeting together, a quarterly meeting that he put together, right? Now I'm sitting on the front row, me and my lovely sister, LaDonna, right? She's back home in Maryland, right? We've always supported each other. And I'm fired up, right? Now here's the deal. Because I was calling people and I was really inspiring people to be there, they came. So we had about 200 people for that event. Well, I remember I had about 30 some odd people, almost 40 people there. That's about a quarter of the room, right? I'm fired up, right? And so I was so excited about the event itself is that we had a trainer that came in to talk about how you can leverage the tax laws legally about really having a home-based business. She was a tech specialist. She's still a great friend of mine today, right? And I didn't know this. I mean, I didn't know about the leverage of needing, I mean, the tax benefits that would help having a home-based business. And here's a guy that didn't have, I don't have any children, you know, I don't even have a dog. I had nothing to write off, but I needed that. And so when she asked the question back then, again, this is me being at an event. She said, when you decide to share this business with people, who are you going to call? And I jumped out of my seat in front of everybody and I said, everybody. And she asked me my name. And I said, Anthon Clemons. And she said, Mr. Clemons, I'm going to give you and your team a 45-minute consultation with me. And it went through the roof. All because those people were there at that event, they were completely excited. They were blown away that we were able to get a free consultation about understanding the benefits of a home-based business back then. That made a big difference in my life. The difference was that we were there at the event. We were there and fired up and excited. And so through the years, we continue to do that. That was my very first event, guys, that I got my very first award. The very first. The very first award that I ever got from a business model that I was brand new in. I knew no idea about the award. I was looking crazy when they announced my name. And guys, I still keep a lot of stuff. I even went last night and dug out that award. I still got it. I got a box full of awards over the years, and I haven't even put them out yet, right? I just got all the Vital Health stuff out right now. But I'm gonna just cover up a little bit. This is the Trendsetter Award. Trendsetter, right? I was like, what is that? Well, I was a trender. This see the date on it, 2006. Still there. Kind of broke the bottom, but I still got it. Why? It's memories. It's memories, but it keeps me driven because guess what? I got a Trendsetter Award a few months ago from my partner and sponsor, Keith Williams. And I told him this story. It's like, bro, my first award I got 20 years ago almost was the Trendsetter. So, hey, life has a way of repeating itself, right? Look, why am I telling you this? Because there are going to be people that are going to be on stage. There are going to be people that are going to get something. They're going to get some awards. They're going to get some recognition because, you know, recognition is everything. You know, it's been said that, you know, women will cry for being recognized, but men will lay down and die to get recognition within itself. You got to be ready to walk across the stage. We got 2 weeks left in the month right now. 2 weeks left. What are you running for? What are you believing for? What is it that's really pushing you to get to the next level? Because you want to walk across the stage. You want to be recognized. Why? Because there's no other feeling. You know, it's been said also that a lot of times in corporate America, right? And look, we've all got started somewhere, but sometimes you don't get celebrated. You just being tolerated. And so for me, I love the fact that this industry celebrates people for every single thing that we do. You want to know why? Because it's been said that also that when you leave high school or college, no one takes the time to celebrate you. Everyone should have celebration in their life, right? Everybody should be celebrated for doing something. And the thing I love about network marketing is we celebrate the little things, guys. It's the little things, right? I remember listening, going way back, guys, I'm dating myself, where that I listened to a gentleman, they called him Coach Tomer, right? You guys may remember this guy from back in the day, right? He was an old coach, right? And he would say this is that I don't know why my butt is always on fire. My butt is always on fire, right? And so here's what he said. He said, so while I'm on my butt's on fire, I got to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to do it. And so you got to do it till you get good at it, and you got to do it again. And for the people that don't have the belief yet, you really got to do it. That's what he said, right? This man became a multi-millionaire and lived right here in the state of Georgia, right? So it's things like that that just kind of pop in the brain. It just kind of came to me about listening to that. That's why we continue to do what we do. We just keep doing it. But we happen to have a mission here with a company that's doing something, in my opinion, that I haven't seen before. When we have these products that are making a difference in people's lives. I was just at the post office yesterday, sending products out to family members and people that I've been talking to about Vital Health. We got to do it. That is correct. Hey, you're exactly right, Sabrina. We've got the best deal there is out there. No doubt about it. Hands down, nothing against any other company because I love the industry, but we've got something special. We really do. And when you've seen some things in life, you know what you're talking about. And so when I look at that first event, it was the catalyst of other events. I remember being in that same company, and maybe 6 months later, we had a big event in Hawaii. I hadn't even been to Hawaii. And they were like, hey, Anthon, you're going to Hawaii? And I was like, I am? I didn't even know how I was going. I don't even remember how I got there, but I was in Hawaii for the first time, right? These events really have motivated me so much in my career that I love the energy, the people, the excitement, the all the things that come with it, the updates, all the new things that we got coming and all the things they're going to share there. You have got to be in Anaheim. You want to know why? Because you can't get that energy without being there. It's like for a woman or a lady going to a salon and getting their hair done. It's like a gentleman going to the barbershop and getting a haircut. You got to be there to get the information. You can't get that cut or their hair done when you're not there. You got to be there. I don't care what it takes. I've been in situations where we had to choose who's going to sleep in the bathtub. I did that. I slept in the bathtub years ago. I remember doing that. I remember piling up in a car and driving 8 hours. I've done all that stuff over and over again. Why? Because it's believing. And that's what happens when you go into these events. Events, they really impact people so much that their belief goes to a level that they even sometimes are scared to know that it hit them that hard. It's something about being in the environment with the people. Just last weekend, guys, and look, I know we do a lot on Zooms, and technology is really giving us a lot to connect with people around the world, which is a beautiful thing. But it's something about being in the environment with the people. So a little bit over last Sunday, a week before that, I decided, we got to do an event. We've got to. We've been doing some things. We do a weekly event here, but we needed to come together here in Atlanta, right? I was determined to really get it done. I didn't care what it took. So I put together something here where I live. I met with the property manager and said, look, I need to do an event. I hadn't even seen the clubhouse. I hadn't even seen it. I only been here about 4 months, 3, 4 months. I hadn't even seen it. I found out it was really nice. And I had to work it out with my good friend, Miss Lisa Mills. She's a property manager here. Watch out. She's coming. She's coming here. She's coming. Right. I'm putting it out. And she might be on this call as well, too. But here's the deal. By putting that event together and had our business partners just last Sunday, and we came together, it was about 30 people, 25, 30 people. The energy in the room was amazing. We hadn't been together like that in a minute, right? It made a difference. When people are in the environment with you and hearing information that can attach to them, it's something about that information, right? And it's all about people getting a chance to come together. We got a chance to share. We got a chance to fellowship. We got a chance to meet some new people. And so I'm using that as an analogy for if you don't have events going on in your home, because this is a home-based business. If you don't have events going on in your city, you've got to get that going on. Guys, nothing wrong with technology. We leverage that as a platform, but it's something about the physical touch with people, the heartbeat of another person. There was a gentleman that came up to me. I didn't even know him last Sunday, right? Gentleman named Mr. Sylvester. And he was brought there by a new partner that just joined with us, right? And so he wanted to talk to me after that. We did the presentation. I did the presentation and we did scans. We did all that. And he came up to me and said, Mr. Clemons, look, I really want to talk to you. I got some things going on. And he shared with me what was going on with him. And it was really tough listening to it. He was very emotional. And I was emotional with him. But I wanted to tell him that we've got something that maybe can help and support you. And I sat down with him and we went through not only a scan, but we also went through the bot as well too. And we looked at the products based on the things that he shared with me on what can make a difference. And he decided that he wasn't ready to partner, but he wanted every single product, right? There's about 6 different items. He bought all of those items. And actually I gave him something as well too. I'm always giving something to people anytime somebody connects with me. Why? Because I have this philosophy, you can't outgive the giver. I'm going to give you something. You're going to remember that Anthon Clemons gave you something, right? I just believe in that because if you plant the seeds in the people, the harvest will come back. And the harvest is us helping more people with these flowers, with these things that we have that make a difference. So every event, ladies and gentlemen, at your home, if you're actually in a city where you don't have one, be that person that go get it started. See, we didn't know anything about vital health in Atlanta until 4 or 5 months ago. It started with my good friend Stephanie Y. Scott when we got the phone call from Keith Williams, and I got that call too. And we got started here. It got started like that in Dallas, Texas with Brooke and David and that group, and now Keith Williams. Now they got meetings going on. Whatever city and state you're in, you create an event there because you want people to understand that you've got something that they really need to know about. Events are the lifeline of our industry, of our business. It generates so much that it allows people to take their mindset to a place that they didn't even know that was there because you believe so much. Belief is something that builds within inside of you. But when you're connected with people that are really like excited on a whole nother level. I imagine that there's going to be thousands of people in Anaheim. I don't know what the number is going to be, but I know that people are going to be excited. People are going to be standing on their chairs. They're going to be jumping up and down. They're going to be running up and down like they've been hit by something that they didn't even know where it was coming from. That's the power of events. But how do you get connected to that? You just got to be there. Guys, you got to do what's necessary. I learned a long time ago that sometimes giving your best is not good enough. Sometimes you got to do what's necessary. It's necessary to be in the environment with the people that are believing and going where you want to go. Guys, this is not hype. This is real. This is just how I feel. I've never missed an event. I just don't believe in doing it. I got to be next to the fire. I got to be next to it. Almost 20 years ago, I was 40 years old, almost 40. I was turning 40 when I got in this industry, and I'm still fired up today. I'm going to continue to do this industry until the dirt is put on top of me. Yeah. Why? Because I believe it's the best model there is for people to be able to take their life to a whole nother level, especially from personal development. You hear me say this often, is that network marketing, not only did it change my life, but it truly saved my life because it gave me a bigger purpose of helping people. I've always believed in giving and helping. Why? It's just part of who I am in my DNA. I'm naturally that way. But on my journey, I've gotten even more engaged or giving to people. I want people to know from the heart that I really care about them because we've all heard this before. People really don't care how much you know until they really know how much you care. And dang it, I care. I really care. I remember one of my mentors told me back in the day, because I was such a giver, he said, Anthon, you can't help everybody. I said, why not? Why not? Why not? I'm going to try to do whatever I can to make a difference in people's lives because at least I know that I have the best foot put forward to know that I was really trying to make a difference. See, I needed somebody to come in my life years ago to really help me after going through things in life that we all go through because it's a journey. It's the destination that we're looking to get to. And so success is a point of destination for me, right? We came in this business after coming out of another project that didn't go so well. And I was completely driven about finding the right thing. And I found this, and we went out there and got diamond done in about 34 days, right? With not even with a big team or anything, just with the excitement and the energy and the fire, because that's what we believed in. See, my belief is so strong that it can't be breaking. It can't be broken. It can't be shaken at all. Why? Because I've been just living this story in my life for the last 20 years. And we will continue to inspire people and show them that we found another way that can bring value into their family and their future. That's what I love about this. It's the stories. It is actually the journey that people go on, these different milestones with these companies that make a difference. But when you have a purpose and intentional, you now have the ability to be the example of somebody that shares something with you that maybe allowed you to take your business and your life to a level that you didn't even know that was coming. And that's the thing about this industry that I love so much, is that it really changes people. It gives us the fuel to go out there and become something, but we never knew that it could be. I knew nothing about, I didn't understand network marketing 20 years ago before that. I remember people calling me and asking me to come to a meeting and I wouldn't go. You want to know why? Because I didn't have the mindset. I didn't understand it. I had this corporate mentality, or I was in the streets doing some things, right? That's just me being honest. I was out doing all kinds of things. I've always had the hustle of out there figuring things out, but I didn't understand it. But once I got in the environment and I was at a big event, now I realized this is what this is all about. It's the journey of helping people. And I want to be a steward of helping people understand that we have Vital Health, a company that is driven in purpose for helping people with the technology and the science behind it can back and support what we have. In my career, I've seen some things that have been evolution changing, but nothing like this. This is not the one to play with. It's not the one to play with, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot do that because we're making such an impact. When you have people emotional about what they've seen and what this product and what we're doing has really helped them with, think about that, right? Think about the mission of what we're doing for people, right? Is there income attached to it? Absolutely. And when you're helping people get what they want in life, you just get what you want by default. And so that's why you want to keep helping people, because you just don't know whose life you're going to make a difference in. Isn't it a great feeling to know that you've been able to impart in something with people that they look back at you and say, I want to thank you. I appreciate you for just inviting me to take a look at this.
every single day we have to be intentional and on purpose and sharing what we've got because it hasn't been done on this level, in my opinion. That is correct, Church. It is amazing feeling to be able to really help people. We know that our communities out here really need something like this, and it's up to us. We're the pioneers. We're the people in the beginning. It's not going to be easy. Why? Because it's always the people that are first. We're first. When you're first out there, you're taking all the arrows, you're taking all the shots. But it's so rewarding because of what will happen because of the seeds that you planted and people around the country, right? Imagine when there's vital health, not only in every city and state, but also different countries that are coming on board as well too. And we play a part of that by being stewards of helping people, but it also starts at being in an event. These events are something, this is our very first regional event in the company since I've been here. This is our very first one. You can say to yourself, I remember being in Anaheim. I remember the stories that I heard. I remember seeing people and the tears and all the laughter, the excitement that you can say, I was there. But if you're not there, you can't say that. You'll hear about it. They can tell you about it, but you can't feel it because you weren't there. I'm going to encourage each and every one of you, whatever you got to do, whatever it takes, find a way. Guys, look, I'm just like everybody else. We're out here looking to find a way. I'm flying on one airline to get there at one price and coming back on another, get another price. I'm doing what's necessary. I'm not making any excuses. I got to be there. If I'm not there, it's a problem. Either I'm sick, I'm like in my bed sick. I will be there. And I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you, right? Come up, give me a hug, say, hey, AC, because Anthon sometimes can get lost. That name is a little tough one at times, right? It takes a minute to get that. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to getting a chance to meet each and every one of you because I believe in my heart, guys, I really believe that we are making a difference out here. We are making an impact and helping so many people that their lives now are really going in a different direction, all because they got a chance to meet individuals like us that are sharing with them a product and all these things that have some benefits that can really support their body even better. And that's the beauty of what we're doing. And that's what this industry does. Everything that I've done, I believed in wholeheartedly, but nothing like this, right? It makes a difference. That's right. That's right, Winder. It makes a difference in the life, no doubt about it. And that's why we're here, guys. So I want to thank each and every one of you for dialing in today, guys. I enjoy doing the AM Power Call. It's always great. I'm on here every day listening to other partners share their vision, and where they've been through and where they've gone to. And that's why we do this, guys. And look, I look forward to you guys getting a chance to do this call, right? Because we can all learn from each other, right? Everybody's got a story. Sometimes we see the glory, but we don't know everybody's story. And that's why this is so important. Whatever you're running for, guys, if you're running for just getting binary qualified, or if you're looking to get bronze done, or if you're looking to go to the next level and get silver done, or if you're looking to go get sapphire done, or if you want to go gold and get that car bonus, platinum, whatever it is, emerald, diamond, don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing get in the way. If you have a spouse or a significant other, tell them, say, look, I want to sit down and explain to you something that I'm going to be on this journey for a minute. Just for a minute. I just need you to understand that. Sometimes you got to seek counsel and have conversation with people so they understand your mission and get them to buy in. They may not have to do it with you, but buy into it, right? At least understand that's what they do. I'll support them. I believe in supporting people all the time, and I'll support each and every one of you. And I look forward to getting the chance to see you guys in Anaheim, California, because that's where the road goes. We're all going to be there. I want everybody actually on here to say, please put in the chat, I'm going to Anaheim. I'm going to Anaheim. Whatever you got to say, put it out to the universe. I'm going. I don't care what it takes. Get on a bus, get on a train, whatever you got to do. I'm going to Anaheim. You want to know why? Because you got to be there to feel the energy of vital health. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate your time today. It's been great. Love what you do. Enjoy your life. Go to the next level because you absolutely deserve it. You guys have a great one.